Hey y'all, it's Roxxanne. We are back again. And today I look like a fresh grad student right out the box. Because that's the looks that we're going for, you heard me? So let me just sit y'all up right there. Perfect. Oh, perfect. Okay. So today I'm gonna be doing like therapy with me because I told you guys every therapy session I like to sit down with you guys and talk to you guys about what I learned. Before this, I'm gonna put out a different like video out before this one because I have a different one planned for you guys. But the sky is the limit, ladies. The sky is the limit. That is what I learned today in therapy. And let me tell you something, there's going to be a lot of people that's going to test you after you've done your healing. While you're doing your healing, you laugh and you just thank God and you keep moving. Because ladies, let me tell you something. When people send you energy that is bad or good, you can transmute their energy. Transmute their energy into what you needed to do. Because sometimes what we don't realize is people purposely do things to trigger us when they know that we're healing or when they know that we're about to go to another level. Let me tell you guys something. I'm not gonna get too much into detail because I'm gonna tell you story times later when I'm no longer but okay. I feel like I want to tell y'all, so I'm gonna just tell y'all because I don't care. So basically, yesterday or whatever, I went outside and I had seen this person that my person told me I find him attractive, whatever the case may be, but it's nothing to So tell me why when I seen sis, she seen me, she got up out the chair, she looked at me, and she kind of saw me before I saw her. But she looked more triggered and bamboozled to see me than I was to her. And my thing is, how when you see somebody and you're outside or something like that, and you could tell a person that you're with or somebody that you like somebody that's in a facility, it's okay, it's no big deal, but it's when you now are triggered, now I feel like it's something that I have to go into that detective mode about. You know what I mean? So it's that's another thing. Motherhood is popping. I'm just I can't explain it. I don't know why I'm so unbothered by everything. Y'all, it's once God just was yo, here's a glimpse of what you. None of this petty shit mattered. You know what I mean? I said I wanted to be a ghetto ballerina and I just wanted to be in Galulu land. That's what I did. Y'all can do this shit too. I still gotta get my setup. I'm still working on my setup and everything like that. But it's coming together and it's coming together perfectly fine, how I needed to. I just made this shirt today, so hopefully you guys like it. I've been doing my own thing as far as my makeup, how I want it to look. I don't know, and yes, I went outside like this today. I did. Because I told myself I'm going to show up in the world how I actually want to look. If I had a dream that this is what I want to look like. For example, I was telling myself not too long ago, I was in a 3D state. For example, right now we're in a 3D state. You're able to see me, you're able to look at me. But in the 5D state, in the spiritual realm, how do you see yourself? And when I asked myself this question, I was okay, damn, this is how I see myself. And it wasn't about me looking different from other people. It was just, this is how I see myself. And, excuse me, I got tired of looking around being okay, this is me, but this is not really me. You ever look in the mirror and be damn, I seen somebody do my aesthetic how I want to look, but I'm too scared to walk outside like that. So that's when I was just you know what? Start being the person that you want to become. Do it today. And so I just did it. I just started being the person I wanted to become. Literally, I know you're like, it's easier said than done. It is, but it's possible. Like, y'all, when I tell y'all, like, I have zero material, like, I have not been to laundry, like, you know, I've been hand washing and doing stuff like that, but I just been putting materials together. The shit that I do have that's available, just put it together, like, you know what I mean? And like, y'all, stop explaining yourselves to people. Like, stop telling people what you're gonna do before you do it, because that gives them time to hold blocks in your way. Like I said, I don't mind telling you guys, like, you know, what to look forward to and stuff like that. But don't get me wrong. Do I know that there's people that's watching me that's trying to keep tabs and see what I'm doing? Yeah. But I could tell you this and, like, you know what I mean? Like, but that's why, like, you know, like, it be too much stuff going on. It be too many people that be watching that really, you know what I mean? And sometimes I know, like, y'all be like, yeah, I'm supportive, I'm doing this. I see y'all. Don't get me wrong. I see all of y'all. I see every last one of you guys. Like, I went through all of my, like, posts and stuff like that. I went through all of my stuff, and I was looking, and I was just like, damn, there are people that genuinely support me, that genuinely love me. And here I am worried about the people that don't. And it's kind of hard, because when you've been around that, like, your whole life, where people's, like, always been trying to humble you or make you feel like you're not that, or you're, you know what I mean? Like, you start to only focus on that. And so today in therapy, like, my therapist was like, she gave me some coloring pages, because she knows that I like to color and I like to do art and stuff like that. Like, makeup is really my thing, but coloring is really like my little side hobby. It's like my little side hustle. Yeah, like, and then on top of that, like, I really love rats. So, like, I was like, I don't know, like, would you guys be interested in hearing some voice ASMR from me, and, like, you know, some stuff? Like, I want to, like, you know, like, I just want to do everything. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, I'm realizing that the world is limitless. There's nothing you can do. Like, I look at my videos sometimes, and I'd be like, I don't want to post that. I don't want to show the world, like, that part of me, like, the cringy part of me. I just want to show myself looking like this all the time. But it's like, that's not fun. It's boring. Everybody's doing that. Like, be who you were sent to be. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes it's okay to, like, allow somebody else to lead, to, like, allow you to kind of feel safe. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes, like, I've been noticing that, like, when I go, like, on other social media platforms, whether it be YouTube, whether it be TikTok, whether it be Instagram, things like that, I'll notice when I go on other platforms, like, I'm not looking for other people to get validation from, but it's kind of like just seeing them walk in their authenticity. It made me less scared to just be like, okay, come out, like, come, this is who you are, be who you are. Like, stop trying to fit, like, stop trying to blend in and, like, hide behind the scenes, you know? And I wanted to stop hiding behind the scenes. Like, I've been noticing, like, another thing that I, like, talked to my therapist about, like, we was like, yo, like, what is another thing that you kind of, like, you know? One thing that I noticed, like, when I'm, like I said in my last video, when I'm dealing with my shit, my first go-to response is, like, let me get my wine, let me get my tequila, let me get this, let me get that, let me get my blunt, like, let me just deal with it like this. And I've been dealing with it, like, without weed. Like, I've been trying to see how long I can go. Sometimes it's not purposely, it's just like I can't supply myself. And I know sometimes people be like, well, it's like fiend behavior, like this, that, and the third. Like, I'm just now also myself understanding that sometimes people use substances so that they can, like, go through life, because sometimes it be that hard, you know? Like, and then sometimes it's supposed to be like that, because your story's supposed to be different, and sometimes you just gotta pay your dues from shit that you did in your past lives. And everybody swear it like they having a hard knock life, but sometimes it's really because sometimes we gotta pay our dues back from the shit that we did, whether we was the good guy in the story back then or wasn't. Sometimes we wasn't the good guy back then, and we gotta pay our dues. And some people, I feel like, don't want to, like, accept that. Like, you have to pay your dues eventually. So then when you get older, like, sometimes we're not even paying our own dues. What some of our parents don't realize is when they don't handle their shit, like, we end up having to handle it for them. So, you know, and it sucks. And that's why it's like, it's cool being able to be supplied with therapy, but it's also like, thinking about that shit is like, once I'm done with the therapy, like, how am I gonna deal with people who did not deal with their shit? Because not everybody can afford therapy. Not everybody got a safe place. Not everybody got a friend. And that's what people don't realize. Like, not everybody has certain things, so they're gonna, like, act out. Like, what do kids do when they want attention? They act out. So what are you gonna do when you don't have a safe space? You're gonna make it so people do listen to you. You're gonna get attention. For example, I'm just gonna, like, just use people as an example. Random people. So, for example, we're gonna use somebody from TikTok. You know how everybody speaks on Erica Kane and everybody talks about her and stuff like that? I actually like Erica. I really do. Like, I'm not gonna say I agree with everything she does, but I genuinely love her because she's authentic. However, does she do everything right? No, and she will tell you guys why, and you guys will still judge her. I'm not telling you guys you gotta like every bit of her actions, but it's just like, people will tell you who they are. It's up to you whether or not you want to accept them or not. You accepting them is not going to change them, so why tear them down? You know what I mean? Just remove yourself. Like, that's what I'm learning. Like, you just remove yourself from the situation. Like, sometimes we want to, like, keep people. We want to love people. We gotta love people for where they at sometimes. Because a lot of times, like, when you see these people that's outside and they homeless and shit like that, like, they gave too much at one point in time, and somebody left them with nothing. It's not always, oh, they just about, they didn't get a job. You know, sometimes it's good to have empathy, but that's not the end of that. Another story that I wanted to tell you guys was, what you call it? It's another one. It's, what you call it? So, the other day, right, I was walking to the store, and I seen somebody, and they was like, yo, chocolate glass of milk. Like, I just kept walking because I was like, what the fuck? And I don't, like, to be honest, like, another things that I learned about myself was I stopped, like, going outside, like, fixing myself, dolling myself up purposely because I didn't like attention from men. I just didn't like it. I would purposely try to blend in as much as I could. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people think just because you're a certain size, you can't step out. Like, whether I was this size or that size, like, I was always going to do that. It was just like, I just am now getting over my fear of people, like, undressing me with my clothes on and having to deal with that. Like, when you come from, like, a less, when you come from, like, poverty areas and stuff like that, I learned that people feel that they don't have to have control over themselves. They don't have to have, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, you're gonna get the stares, you're gonna get the looks, especially if you, like, are curvaceous or you have certain features about yourself that you like to, like, show off. Like, you're gonna have people that you know, for example, like, you got a lot of people justifying the Sukiyana situation. Now, I'm not gonna talk too much on that because I really don't know, but I know people who personally have basically said to me, well, you were wearing certain things at the time. Are you sure you didn't want that to happen to you? Now, don't get me wrong, there are a lot of circumstances where people will, like, lie on people's name and say certain things happened that didn't happen. But there are circumstances where people will literally just be in their natural element, having certain assets that they can't help to have or that they wanted to have there. Nobody, if you didn't give somebody consent, they don't have the right to touch you. And it's kind of sick to have people saying, like, you deserve to be touched just because you look a certain way. Women can be misogynistic too, and they can be jealous and envious, and I feel like sometimes, this is my unpopular opinion, I don't know, it's just me, it could really be just due to the fact that, like, sometimes women have, like, certain people in their lives that, like, tell them, like, about themselves or make them feel a certain way. For example, it could be partners, it could be friends, because sometimes you got those friends that try to make you be, like, thinking you're not that girl, or, You know what I'm saying? It's not just partners, it be friends, it be family too. So like sometimes like you'll have people that will feel like they have to like, you know, compete with you. And I'm learning that to not take everything so personal. Like some people just need to feel validated. In order to do that, they do it through you, if that makes sense. Like they kind of like compete with you silently, or they try to like humble you so that like, you know what I mean? Like it's y'all. Let me get back to the story. So anyway, I seen this person like, and they stopped me outside, and I was just thinking to myself like, okay, cool. Like I'm about to like just pretend like I don't see them. Like, cause pretending like you don't see somebody staring at you is a sport. It really is. So I keep walking. He's like, yo, mom. I don't know if y'all, about y'all, but I don't like that, because the only person that I want to call me ma is my son. I don't really like that. Like, So he's like, let me pay for your stuff. Like, I feel like I disrespected you. So he goes and he's talking to me and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, cool. So it was a lot of red flags. Like, he was speaking to me in the third person as if like he was just like kind of like, I don't know, like it was the fact that he first of all came to me and was like, I think you're so beautiful, like I'm looking for a nicer young lady than the person that I just left. Like, listen, if you listen closely to a person, man, woman, dog, fish, whatever the case may be, they will tell you exactly what they want from you. I felt like there was so many red flags. Like he was like, I'm not looking for nobody pretty, like, cause I don't want nobody just constantly looking at my girl. Then he was like, yo, let me soak you up, like, something, just come, you could be on one side, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, what? And then he's like, I'm not the type of guy to like be on no weird shit. Like, people pride me on that. And he, like, randomly, he was just like, I'm not the type of guy to like touch your stomach or your thigh. Mind you, I had a little piece of my stomach showing like this much. And it was like, that was so random, but it was so like, huh? What are you saying? Like, what are you getting at? Like, you're telling on yourself. And it was funny because it was like, as I kept trying to leave the store, like, he just was like, he just gave very much Joe from You vibes. Like, he was like, yeah, like, every time you go to the store, like, I be clocking, like, he was saying that shit without saying it. Like, I be seeing you around, like, you always around. Like, and then today when I went outside, because I had to go get me some more wraps, I went outside. He went in the liquor store. He's like, he looking through the thing. He like, and it's a bunch of people. I look so pretty. I just wanted to say that. And if you're looking at me right now, you look so pretty. Helen looks so pretty on you. If you're watching my videos, if you're tuning in, Helen looks so pretty on you. You see? Like, when you start to heal, you release certain vibes from your face. You're able to actually make certain expressions and actually, like, just feel it. Like, for example, I'm not gonna hold y'all, like, when I feel happier and I feel like I'm letting go of, like, certain parts of me that was always triggered or always feeling some type of way about what the next person had to say or how the next person would look at me, I didn't realize it was just all projection. And one thing that I'm learning about not living in such a suburban area anymore, because to be honest, I came from Bloomfield to come back to Newark, like, come on now. Come the fuck back on. Like, I ain't giving too much of my location, but you give me, like, it's like I'm noticing, like, when you're in suburban areas versus when you're in less suburban areas, people don't give you as much backlash. Like, you can kind of, like, do your, like, you want to be a weird person, you want to look weird, like alien or futuristic, you can do it. I'm not going to say you can't do it here, because to be honest, you can. Like, I see people that come outside and they be just looking however they want to look, but sometimes you come outside and you just see everybody blending in, so when you, that one sore thumb that's sticking out, it's like, you'll feel it. Or people, like, for example, today, when I was outside, like, it felt like people were like coming out. I know y'all gonna be like, you too into stuff. No, I'm so serious. Like, it was like like, I'm telling you, when you healing your energy and stuff like that, it's like people want to soak up that energy. They want that good energy that you're putting out, that you're alchemizing. Like, I've been going through so much shit and alchemizing that shit. Every time I go outside, it could be nobody outside. As soon as I go in that area, it's like a crowd of people now in that area, and it's like you alchemizing your energy. And it's so many people, like, you could talk to them and you could look in their eyes and just look in their eyes and it be so dead. And it's like, yo, that shit is so scary, because it's like sometimes people literally just be in your facility just for that, because they want that. But sometimes I feel like in certain situations, you gotta learn how to like just heal yourself. You know what I mean? Like, talking to a person that you trust. Sometimes talking to a random stranger, like, about your situation, just getting a point of view. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always wanted to do that. Like, one day if I'm having a hard day, I don't mean like just trauma dumping, but if a stranger asks me like, yo, like, how you feeling today? Like, and I'm feeling like shitty, like, I don't mind just being like, yo, like, this is what happened today. Like, do you mind listening? Like, because you never know. Like, that might be the coolest person you ever meet. I'm learning to be more open. Like, y'all, looking back at my videos, like, I was very close-minded. I still kind of am, just a little bit. But I'm allowing myself to believe that the world is full of possibilities. Because it is. And I'm also believing now, too, that I don't have to keep hiding myself. There's nothing wrong with me. Like, my story is worth hearing. I'm a woman with a voice, and I'm worth listening to. I hate when that happens, because, like, it flips. But anyway, I'm going to say that one more time. I'm a woman. Y'all repeat after me when y'all say this. I am a woman with a voice, and my voice is worth being heard. If you're a man, make it apply to yourself the same way. Because sometimes I feel like we're taught that our voices need to be muted or they need to be quiet. No, they're worth hearing. Like, certain things I'm starting to realize that I have no control over how a person treats me or how a person feels about me. I only have a control over how I react to them. You know what I mean? Like, I be like looking, like, cause nowadays, like, he be like coming to me, he be like, yo, like, you just so, like, you know what I mean? Like, why you so, like, you know what I mean? And it's just like certain things I just don't care about no more. Like, I used to care, like, I used to feel certain ways, but now it's just like I'm focusing on my bag. I got a kid to worry about, you know? It's not about like, oh, I don't need a guy for nothing, or I don't need this, that, and the third. Like, I'm genuinely getting back in my bag, because like I'm starting to realize, like, if I don't depend on me to get my shit together, I'm never like gonna get it together, because nobody's gonna do it for me. You know what I mean? Like, you could have somebody supporting you, rooting you on, but nobody's gonna do that work for you. Like I said before, if you don't learn nothing else from me, you better get on your motherfucking Zoom. Because like I said in my last video, everybody ain't got a Zoom. And not everybody want to see you get on your motherfucking Zoom. So get on your Zoom. It's your girl, Roxxanne, and I hope y'all enjoyed that video. But we're going to have to go, because I got to smoke, and YouTube ain't going to let me do that. So I'm going to have to catch y'all later.